All right, here we are at the end of the 20s. I know, so fast. So, just some instructions on what this assignment will be. Do not freak out. Let the shoulders come down from around your ears, okay? Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the Winnipeg General Strike. And you get to go and do a little bit of make believe. So, what you're going to do is you are going to write for me an editorial. An editorial, okay? So, basically, what you're going to do is cover the events of the strike as well as a bit of the aftermath. And you are going to take the position as if you were either watching the strike happen or you had participated in it. Sorry. Or if you were impacted somehow by this strike going on. Now, keep in mind that an editorial is very different compared to like a news article. Um, an editorial is more like what we would term like a letter to the editor, or when you go and see like if your parents go and have friends on Facebook that do these like really long rants about something that happened to them, it should have some more emotion. It's done by oftentimes a citizen or even a politician who is responding to an event that has taken place on some sort of means that other people can go and see it. So in newspapers, they do have a letter to the editor where regular people can just go and write in and go and be like, I think this about that. So that's why you actually get to go and make some choices here. Not only are you just giving me facts, but you're creating a character that is writing this piece. It can be a journalist if you want, though I sometimes find that those ones are often more harder to write because they're definitely very fact centric. Not to say that you get to make up everything, but in this particular editorial, I want you to go and talk about what events and issues led up to this strike itself. Okay. I talked about some of that in the video previously, but don't worry, I'm not leaving you like without a life preserver on this. What happened during the strike itself? What does the strike and the events that happened to it mean to your character that you're writing as? How has this impacted them? Because you need to think of a character that is writing this. Is this character for the strike, so they're supporting it, or are they against this strike? Do they want it to stop? Because if you think about it in certain terms, if it's someone that's from the government that's writing this in response, they would definitely be against this strike. They don't like the fact that the strike has happened. Or if someone's fearing that it's causing a spread of communism or something like that. But if it's a worker, if it's the wife of a worker, or just someone that's in the lower classes or something like that, just a lot of the regular citizens that did walk off, you would be supporting the strike. You would be for it. Okay. Now, how are you personally affected depending on the character that you chose? Are you a business owner that has their business shut down and now you don't know where you're going to get your next paycheck from or where you're going to get workers from? Are you a worker yourself who's now not earning a paycheck because you are choosing to go and strike, but you're thinking that the strike is going to lead to better things down the road? As such, you need to think about how old is the person that you're writing as? What is their sex? Because also a lot of the women were forced out of the workforce. So if you're writing as a woman, you would either be the wife or maybe a widower of someone that is more directly involved. What's your family life like? Do you have kids that have like mouths to feed, right? Or are you single? Are you the son or daughter of someone that's more directly involved, type of thing? Think about who your character is and who you're writing as, okay? I'm going to say that your editorial should be about 1 page to 3/4 of a page, single space, just to go and think of it that way. So, what is that? It's like 300, 400 words, something like that. So overall, what are you getting marked on? So big chunk of the mark is the content. Is it correct? You can't just all be making stuff up, but is it accurate? And is it descriptive? I should actually like feel for your character and why they're writing this in. Because keep this in mind. If people go and do an editorial, if they do a letter to an editor, if they do an angry rant, they're not really passive. They're very impassioned, and you should feel that. It's like a character-driven piece that's grounded in some sort of reality. Okay. And then last 2 marks is spelling and grammar. Essentially, can I read it? Right. That's not to say you need to go and use like old timey speak. No, please don't do that. You guys just don't do it. But I should be able to go and suss out what you're trying to say. It's a total of 10 marks. It's just a chance to go and have some fun. And it's a chance for you to go and put yourself in these people's shoes as well, where maybe you're going to understand that like there is a whole bunch of uncertainty when you go in and do something like this. When you go and have a massive strike of this size, you don't know how the government's going to respond. It's sort of like how we have been. We don't know what's going to happen day by day by day. That uncertainty can go and bring out the best, and it can bring out the worst in people. So think about how that person's going to go and respond. Now, scrolling all the way down, because like I said, I'm not going to go and leave you with nothing. Definitely you can use the stuff that I mentioned from the slideshow that I covered in the video previously. But here's some other stuff to go and help you out. Love those Canada People's History videos. There's one right there that's entirely to do with the Winnipeg General Strike. It's about 11 minutes. It really helps with like giving you some of the emotional quality involved. I know it's not like the most titillating stuff to go and watch, but it's better than nothing. Those that want to go and get a little bit more nitty gritty on the details or possibly need a little bit more, this link right here, this is Winnipeg General Strike Falk pages. If you go and click on it and it goes and opens up. So right where it gets starred, right there, that's what's talking about basically what's leading up to that Winnipeg General Strike. There's another star right there, the Winnipeg General Strike itself. I wasn't going to go and leave you guys with nothing, but basically just so you can go and get your facts straight. Okay. Keep in mind that when you'd be writing it like a couple of days after the strike happened. This is not writing it from 2020. You are there, you are in it, but you also don't know exactly what's going to come down the line like a year later, right? So no saying like, I know fully that at least in 1921 that Mackenzie King is going to get elected and we're going, no, you don't know that. Okay. So definitely you can go and be like, I have fear. I don't know what's going to happen and whatnot. That's totally where your person would go and be. So when you're looking at this information for Winnipeg General Strike, it stops right there once you go and reach King Bang crisis and everything like that. If you have any questions, if you're struggling at all, I am here. I know I'm not like physically there, but you can contact me. You can send me a message over Moodle on the messaging thing. You can go and use my Zoom office hour if you want to go and have more of a face-to-face type of thing, and I can try and walk you through some stuff. Or just send me an email, guys. You should have my email by now. I'll put it in the announcements though. But yeah, you got this.